beat the midget. Beat the midget. Now look, Cowboys fans, I mean, I didn't come on here to brag or to boast or, you know, say those two things with a straight face. I mean, you gave us all we could handle, taking us into overtime in your own building. Matt Castle throwing passes to that Joe Dirt-looking pain in the ass Cole Beasley. Darren McFadden going over 100 yards. Dez catching passes early on in the game. I mean, you had us nervous there. You played us tough. I mean, seriously, for real. I was biting my fingernails so hard at the end of that game that my fingers started looking like Jason Pierre-Paul's. Like Donovan McNabb on the final drive of an important game. I was like... So Cowboys fans, I didn't come on here to brag and boast. I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to be an adult. And on behalf of all Eagles Nation, I would like to have a moment of silence to remember the Cowboys 2015 season. It was supposed to be an Old English 40 ounce, but I went to the liquor store and they only had Old English in like plastic 40 ounce bottles. Plastic? What? 40 ounces out of plastic. That just takes the fun out of it. Look, when I have a 40 ounce in my hand, all right, I want it to have some weight to it. That way I feel like if I throw it at somebody, it's going to do some damage. You know what I'm talking about? Colt 45 knows what I'm talking about. The hell was I talking about? Oh, the Cowboys. How appropriate is it that the coup de grace to the Cowboys 2015 season came by way of Philadelphia? I mean, you came up to Lincoln Financial Field and handed our asses to us. Yes, you won the battle. But after Tony Romo hits the turf at the Link, and you guys go on to have, I don't know, what is it up to now? Like a 6-game losing streak? And then we go down to Jerry World and put you out of your misery in front of a primetime audience? Looks like we won the war. You want to see the Cowboys fans absolutely lose their shit? Watch this. Maragos called heads. Twice. And now the Eagles fly back to the nest to take on the Miami Dolphins. And look, I'm not going to spend any time talking about a team that can't fill up their own stadium with their own fans. What I'd rather do is take a look at what the Eagles have coming up as a whole. Because believe it or not, at this point, they have a realistic chance of making a run at this thing. We have the Miami Dolphins at home. Then we have the Buccaneers at home. Which means we would have been one Jacksonville Jaguars game away from completing the Florida teams we don't give a shit about trifecta. And then after that, on Thanksgiving, we would play the team that if the season ended right here, right now, today, would have the #1 overall pick. The Detroit Lions. So it's reasonable, likely even, that the Eagles should be 7-4 by the time they go up to New England, which will make us 7-5. Afterwards, we have 3 straight home games. The Bills, 4-4, the Cardinals, 6-2, and the Redskins, 3-5. So let's say we win 2 out of those next 3, which is not out of the question. We are now 9-6. So then it comes down to the last game of the season. For all the marbles. Playoffs on the line. Against the New York Giants. And you thought you got an ass kicking the first time. Listen, guys. They can do this. And I know I bashed this team earlier on in the year. And not for nothing. Rightfully so. I've also given them praise and credit when credit is due. But what I saw from that team against the Dallas Cowboys was a team that for the first time this year passed the EROCK eyeball test. I don't want to hear about stats. I trust these and these alone. And they made these eyes very happy. And what I saw was a total and complete win. What I saw was a total and complete team effort. What I saw was a total and complete team victory. All right? The execution was phenomenal. The coaching was excellent. You know what else they showed a lot of for the first time this year? A lot of heart. And look, I know it wasn't a perfect victory. I mean, there's still a lot they need to work on. It took them until overtime to seal the deal. But if the Eagles play complete football, top to bottom, like they did against the Cowboys, complete Philadelphia Eagles heart football, there is no reason to think that this team can't make some noise in the NFC. Watch out, because this team may not be perfect. They might not be great, but they are good enough to mess up somebody's day if you let them. And Eagles, no matter what I say, I can't do it for you. The fans can't do it for you. You got to go out there and you got to prove it. You got to play complete football, top to bottom, and you got to show the rest of the NFL that you got heart. Because if you don't, we'll be right back to square one. Make it happen. Because after what we saw on Sunday night, we believe. All right, so what do we got left? Eagles Twitter contest. Yes, this week's prize will be an Eagles prize pack, including an 8x10 signed by defensive end Vinny Curry. So make sure you look for that on game day. Follow me on Twitter at the Mighty EROCK. Speaking of game days, check me out on PhillyInfluencer.com starting next week. Instagram at the Mighty EROCK. Facebook.com/Eagles Tailgate Team. And until next time, let's go Birds, and I will see you in parking lot F1 for the Eagles Dolphins game. Lincoln Financial Field, baby, let's go! I beat the midget up. I beat the midget up.